Alright, welcome. This is an unboxing video for the Micomsoft SC-512N1-L DVI capture card, also known as the capture board. I haven't seen a video of one of these before, so that's the primary reason I'm doing it, because even though I'm really excited to get this thing into my computer and test it out, I figured, instead of being that person, I could actually take the time to make a video and show everyone what it's got in it. Just to let you know before I do open it up, that I did open it earlier attempting to make a review video, which turned out to be 20 minutes, so I decided not to go with that because it was way too long because no one's going to watch that. I am planning on making a full review of this thing eventually. It looks like I got it backwards. So not everything's going to be in order here. Let's see. I don't read Japanese, so the registration card means nothing to me. The warning card, I'm guessing this concerns your operating system because of the Windows 8 and 8.1 thing there. Got the driver software, which is probably old as heck. If they have a date. Made in Taiwan. No date, but I can tell you revision 1.1 usually means it's the first one. Oh wait, here we go. 2013-04. I know they have more current drivers than that, so we're not going to go with that. Okay. Video Keeper, which is their premier recording software that Micomsoft ships with all their capture cards, including the X-Capture 1. Which is their external USB 3.0 capture card. Nothing really important there, just saying to put the CD in your drive and install the drivers. But we're going to get the newer ones off the internet. A what's included manual, you got the card, a DVI to VGA converter, a DVI to HDMI converter. Two of those, apparently. We got different sized brackets. This one's already attached to the card. This one's in case you want to go with only the recording part, not the output pass-through. This one's in case you have a stream box, a mini stream box. And this one's in case you just want one card with the mini stream box. You got component and composite cables, along with S-Video, probably on the composite one. Okay, another manual. Oh, this is just showing you how you input the new other brackets or detach the boards, in case you only want one. We got a component and S-Video cable here for input. A composite cable. Audio inputs, the DVI to HDMI converter, the DVI to VGA converter, another composite cable for output or pass-through, and another component for pass-through. Got the smaller bracket for in case you're putting this into a stream box. Got the larger bracket in case you're planning on going with just one board without pass-through. One bracket for a stream box for in case you're just going with one board. And the capture card itself, I'm assuming. Actually, I know because I opened this earlier. As you can see, the box is pretty plain. It just came in this sleeve. And that's kind of how the X-Capture 1 came for me as well. They don't use top-tier packaging from Solaris, Japan, apparently, which is the website I bought this thing on. Probably the only website you can get it from. Okay, oh yeah, this thing, I figured I'll talk about price. Since Japan's economy has pretty much tanked or gone into a recession, the Japanese to dollar, or the Japanese yen to dollar conversion is actually in the US's favor right now. My X-Capture 1, which you can see over here, which I'm using to make this video right now. that right there. That cost me about $430 after shipping. When the yen was more in favor. Let's see if I can't straighten this stupid camera out. And now it's more in favor of the dollar. So this thing was only $295 after shipping costs. And I chose the best shipping method, which was insured for about $20. So this thing itself is only about $275. So just the bubble wrap packaging. Oh yeah, and the insured packaging that was around all this is through DHL for me. And it was just a bubble wrap sleeve. It wasn't like a box, so the insured packaging wasn't all that good either. Okay, trying to get this thing out. You can probably see a little bit of damage from when I tried to get it out earlier. Since it's a dual board, the smaller board on top got stuck on it. I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. So there it is. So you got your... yeah, let's see if I can't read it from the top there. I'm going off the stream, by the way, so I can't really tell. Input, bypass. So down here in the bottom is where you would put your inputs. And up here is where the pass-through would come out, the part that you put in and run to your TV. You got the little dongle inputs here for composite and component, S-video, and your audio inputs there. I don't know yet if this thing supports audio through the DVI, utilizing the unused DVI pins. I believe I've read on a forum that you can, but I probably won't. I'm just going to use... well, you know what, since I am planning on making a review of this later, I'll try using the audio through this thing primarily. And if you want to watch the streams and everything later, it's you can search Kitra Thelder on Twitch TV. And I'm going to try and run the stream through this thing primarily to give people an idea of what's going on. I'll also have high-quality recordings later to put up with the review. Okay, so as you can see, it's two boards here. I'm not sure what all these unused are pins for, but I'm assuming that the PCB is mass-produced, so it could just be unused pins, or it could be that later on you could attach another capture board and just flip it upside down. Although why you would do that, I don't know. Maybe for dual input through camera or something. So yeah, your DVI, if you're using your computer, would plug into here. Your HDMI converter would plug in there. Here, let me find that. You can probably hear me rustling here. Here, I'll just show you both converters. There's the HDMI, and here's the VGA. This is going to come in handy because you can actually mod your old retro systems like the Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, other things for VGA, which is superior to the cables that they do use. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the older retro systems from like before 1998. I just have my Dreamcast, which is modded for RG. Well, not modded, but it has a VGA cable out. Let's open that up. Okay, so this is the VGA converter. What you would do is, well, the other thing is you could put it as the input, and then you have a, did I do that wrong? It's kind of tight, to tell you the truth, which is okay. So you would run your VGA input to here, and then you could put in a DVI cable and run it to your television or whatever, or you could even do this. I believe. Might have to test this later for the review. You can put the HDMI converter up here and then run it to your TV. See how that works? Although I wouldn't recommend it because I'm primarily going to use this for PC recording. So that's how that works. Or you can put the HDMI converter here instead, and then you can run HDMI in. If you want to do HDMI in and HDMI out, you probably need another converter or a cable that is DVI on one end and HDMI on the other, which I do have. Or you could just use the little dongles in here, bypass it through. What you cannot do, I believe, is have like the HDMI converter here, or say, use your component input here, and you can't have it come out of here, so you can't have like the HDMI converter, DVI to HDMI converter here. And you can't have the input here with the dongle and then have it coming out of the HDMI. It has to be from dongle to dongle, unfortunately. And that's exactly how the X-Capture one is as well. My primary reason for getting this card, and I'm going to get the non-static thing to set it there. Okay, so my primary reason for getting this internal capture card, even though I have the X-Capture 1, which is just the external version of this, is the X-Capture 1 has a couple problems. For example, well, first to start off with the price. It's about $10 more. It uses USB 3.0, which isn't bad, but it requires an Intel chipset to actually work. That means you have to have an Intel an i-series processor, or something that supports USB 3.0 through Intel or with Intel drivers, because those are the only ones that actually have the bandwidth that will support the high speeds for the X-Capture 1. So this will eliminate that, because you have much higher bandwidth with PCI Express X1 than you would through USB 3.0 using something other than the Intel chipset. And what I mean by that is if you have a USB 3.0 and you're using like a AMD CPU, it won't work correctly. I believe you will be able to do resolutions at 720/60 up to that, but 1080p 30 and 1080p 60 is impossible. You'll either blue screen of death your computer, or it will just show up as a black screen. And I kind of figured that out the hard way. I bought an internal USB 3.0, an internal USB 3.0 capture card, or not capture card, but converter for USB 3.0, and it would black screen and blue screen of death me, even though it was rated for the X-Capture 1. It was using the proper chipset that is an alternative to Intel. It would do 720p 30, 720p 60, up to that. Everything after that would cause my computer to blue screen of death or black screen on my recording program. So that's why I got. That's one reason why I got this. The other problem with the X-Capture 1 is whenever you turn on a video capture program, it will shoot the CPU usage all the way up to 100%. Now, it's not actually usage; it's just ramping up your CPU, and it's still free to use everything on your computer, but it creates a lot of heat. In fact, let me point the camera up here. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't even know if I can see all this. This is the computer I'm recording it on. And I'm just going to pop up my program here. I can't actually tell if I'm saying that or not, because I'm kind of relying on the stream for my video feed here. Anyways, as you can see, it's at 61.5 degrees Celsius. That's not because I'm recording, but it's because it is it's ramped up to 100%. So if I go to Task Manager here, go to Performance, it's stuck permanently at 100%. And that's because my broadcasting software here, oh shoot, I don't know if you could see that. It's because my broadcasting software here is, it's viewing the, through the X-Capture 1. So like right here, I have the X-Capture 1 highlighted. So that basically means that it's going to use 100% CPU all the time. Now, normally, I have a AverMedia Live Gamer capture card, or Live Gamer HD capture card that I can use on the inside of my PC right now that I'm going to put this Micomsoft card in. And when it's recording at 1080p 30, which is about what this video is at, it will be at about 12% usage, which is fairly good, and it keeps the heat way low. The problem is when the heat is at 61 degrees Celsius, or higher, because it does get hotter than this. My poor i7 2600K, it just can't do as much. When it's at 40 degrees Celsius, it can do a lot more. So like if I were just using Open Broadcaster software here to record a computer game. It would stay at like 12% or lower, or 20% if it's a really high motion game. And it would have pitch perfect performance every single time. But when I want to capture a console game or from another computer using my X-Capture one, problems will happen in the video file. There won't be any fragmenting or anything, but it will occasionally stutter. And I'm a smoothness freak. It has to look smooth 100%. For example, like a couple of years ago when I used to play Final Fantasy XIV, there's one particular cutscene where it was a shot down a hallway, a pan to the left, and then a pan to the right, down some stairs, and then it would pan 365 degrees, 360 degrees, around, and face your character. Now, it wasn't smooth. If it wasn't smooth 100% all the way, it would drive me insane. And with the X-Capture one, I thought it would eliminate that because it's always running at 100% CPU. It introduces stutter. At 720p with my at 720p through the X-Capture one, it's the exact same issue. But if I'm going through the Live Gamer HD, I have absolutely no problem. It can record that smooth as butter. But I want 1080p 60. That's why I got these cards. So yeah, that's why we got this card here. I'm gonna have to zoom out here now. It's actually kind of ruined my lighting. Okay, so fix that. So yeah, that's why I got this card. Hopefully, I can get some good footage out of this, and I'll actually end up loving it. Oh yeah, something I forgot not to mention, or I didn't mention with the X-Capture one. One of the big reasons I decided to get this internal capture card, or the same thing, just internal, is because the X-Capture one has a problem when it's downscaling video of introducing a ton of screen tearing. Now, for video streams like Twitch.tv, you have to downscale to 720p to get the best quality possible, because they won't let you stream at a higher bitrate, and most viewers can't view at a higher bitrate. For one thing, it'll cause them to reach their data cap on their ISPs sooner. And for another thing, most people don't have download speeds or sustained download speeds above 3.5 megabytes. So there's no way you will be able to do 1080p 60 in good quality. You can do it at crap quality, or you can do 1080p 30, which looks okay, but 720p 60 looks amazing and phenomenal. So you have, for streaming, and not just capturing like a lossless video, which is what I plan to do with this thing as well at 1080p 60, you have to be able to downscale. But the X-Capture one, it introduces a ton of screen tearing. So I'm hoping, and that's something that's not mentioned on reviews for this card, it doesn't mention screen tearing. So I'm going to test that out. So like I said, if you want to view the streams, just go to twitch.tv/KitcherThelder, all one, that's KITTRATHELDER. And you can take a look at this, at me streaming games with this. I'm going to do console, I'm going to do computer. My computer's going to be going through an HDMI splitter into this thing. This thing is going to be coming output to my my primary screen, and you know, a bunch of fun stuff, you know, just to test it out. And then hopefully in a week's time, I'll actually have the full review out with HD video at 1080p 60, so you can see just how well this thing runs. It's also going to be at 720p 60 to see how it does on downscaling. And I'll probably just be grabbing that directly from Twitch, but who knows how it'll go. So yeah, this is about a 20-minute video, so I think I'm going to just cut it off here. Thanks for watching. I'm hoping to have the video up in a week. So let's say today is the November 26th, and a week from now is the December 3rd. And this whole video is just because I could not find anything on the Micomsoft SC-512N1-L DVI capture card. No videos. I found 2 reviews, and that was it. One was very in-depth, but it didn't mention what I needed to know. I mean, I'll let you know up front, I'm no techie. I'm not going to be using terms like YUV422 or anything like that. All that I know is for YUV4222 is or 422 or 442 is better than YUV 420, which is what the Live Gamer HD captures at. So yeah, I'm just going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Check back for the review, and I'm hoping to have that up in a week.